You didn't click this video by accident, and deep down you know it. Something inside you has been pulling you here, guiding your steps in a way that doesn't make sense on the surface, but feels unshakably real in your spirit. That's divine alignment. That's God orchestrating your path so you could hear this exact message at this exact moment. Every click, every delay, every decision that brought you here was part of the plan. Think about how many other videos you could have chosen, how many distractions could have stolen your focus. Yet you're here, listening, with your heart open and your spirit stirred. That's not coincidence, that's confirmation. And in this moment, chosen one, God is about to reveal why His hidden plan for you is unfolding right now and how it connects to the millionaire life waiting for you. You've had seasons when it felt like life was out of control, when you wondered if you were walking in circles instead of moving forward. But God was never absent. Every twist in your journey, every setback, every unexpected turn was ordered. Psalm 37:23 says, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord." That includes your steps. Even when it didn't look like progress, even when it looked like defeat, God was aligning details behind the scenes. And now all of those steps have brought you here to the threshold of transformation, to the doorway where God says, "Step in, chosen one, because this is your season." You might be asking yourself, why now? Why here? Why me? And the answer is, because the timing is finally right. God's plans aren't rushed, and they aren't delayed, they're perfectly aligned. Think of it like stars in the night sky. Alone, each star may look random, scattered, but when they align, they form constellations, patterns, messages written by the Creator's hand. That's your life. For years, the stars of your story looked scattered. The pain didn't make sense. The waiting didn't make sense. The losses didn't make sense. But now those stars are aligning, and the message is clear. You are chosen, you are anointed, and you are stepping into abundance that includes $1 million being released into your hands. I want you to pause for a moment and really let that sink in. $1 million. The number isn't just a figure in your head, it's an announcement from heaven. It's a key unlocking doors you thought were sealed shut. It's proof that God's plan was never to leave you in lack. You've been positioned here because He's about to pour out blessings in such abundance that even your imagination won't be able to keep up. Can you feel the shift? That stirring in your chest isn't just excitement. It's your spirit recognizing the truth. God has already written this chapter in your story. You're only just catching up to what He's already prepared. Maybe there were moments when you felt invisible, overlooked, forgotten. Maybe you cried in silence, wondering if God even heard you. But the truth is, He was listening the whole time. He was holding you together when life threatened to pull you apart. He was shaping you in the hidden places, preparing you for a blessing so heavy that without preparation, it could have crushed you. You needed those nights of perseverance, those seasons of silence, those moments when all you had was faith, because those moments built the foundation for what's coming next. Without the tests, you wouldn't have the strength to carry the testimony, and that testimony is about to include $1 million and the transformation of your life into millionaire status. You see, chosen one, divine alignment is never about chance. It's about timing. God's timing is precise, and He's been waiting for you to be ready. Not just financially ready, but spiritually ready, mentally ready, emotionally ready. $1 million isn't just money. It's responsibility. It's elevation. It's a new identity. And now you've been refined enough, strengthened enough, sharpened enough to step into that identity with boldness. Think back on all the times when it could have gone differently. Think of the accidents you avoided, the jobs you barely got, the opportunities that seemed random but turned out to be life-changing. Those weren't coincidences. Those were breadcrumbs leading you here. That's what divine alignment looks like. It's not always obvious in the moment, but in hindsight, you can see the fingerprints of God all over your story. And now, those fingerprints are pushing you forward into your millionaire season. There's a reason this message feels so personal, as if it's speaking directly to your soul. That's because it is. You are not one of the masses. You are not just another name on a list. You are chosen, and chosen ones don't walk by accident. They walk by design. God has been aligning everything, your past, your pain, your passion, to bring you into this season of breakthrough. And that breakthrough includes abundance, prosperity, and yes, $1 million that will mark your transition into millionaire life. Let me remind you of something important. Chosen ones often face the hardest battles because their blessings are the greatest. The intensity of your struggles was not punishment. It was preparation. The depth of your pain was not pointless. It was the foundation for your purpose. You've been through storms that others couldn't survive, and you came out stronger, wiser, more resilient. Why? Because God knew you needed to be prepared for the weight of this blessing. He knew you couldn't just stumble into millionaire status unprepared. He needed to make sure you could carry it with grace, with wisdom, with integrity. And now he's saying, it's time. Alignment also means people are being positioned for your breakthrough. The right connections, the right opportunities, the right resources are aligning right now. You may not see it yet, but there are conversations happening about you in rooms you haven't even entered. There are doors being unlocked with your name on them. There are contracts, agreements, deposits, opportunities, $1 million worth of blessings already flowing in your direction. God is aligning every piece like a master chess player, ensuring that nothing and no one can stop what he's already set in motion. And let's be real, you've always felt there was something different about you. Even when you tried to fit in, you knew you didn't belong. Even when others doubted you, something inside said, I was made for more. That's because you were. You were made for abundance, not scarcity. You were made for overflow, not struggle. You were made for millionaire life, not survival mode. That inner knowing was God's whisper, reminding you of who you are and what you're stepping into. Now, that whisper is becoming a shout. It's no longer subtle. It's no longer hidden. The divine alignment of your life is revealing itself openly. You're standing at the threshold of your breakthrough, and all you need to do is step through. Can you see it? Can you feel it? The shift isn't coming. It's already here. God is giving you $1 million. He's elevating you to millionaire status, and no force in hell can stop it. Alignment also requires your agreement. God has already aligned circumstances, but now you must align your belief. You must say yes in your heart. You must declare with your mouth. You must step in with your spirit. When heaven and earth agree, miracles manifest. So I want you to declare right now, I am chosen, I am aligned. God is giving me $1 million and I receive it. Speak it boldly, feel it deeply, because when you speak, heaven responds. Chosen one, don't dismiss the weight of this moment. This is not just another video. This is not just another message. This is divine alignment pulling you into your destiny. And your destiny is millionaire status, financial overflow, and a life that testifies to the goodness of God. Everything you've endured has led you here. Every battle has positioned you here. Every tear has watered the soil for this harvest. And now the harvest is ready. God is saying, step in, receive. It's yours. This is the season when divine alignment becomes divine assignment. The assignment on your life is too great to live in lack. The calling on your name is too powerful to settle for survival. You're stepping into abundance, not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. God is giving you $1 million so you can walk in your calling with freedom, with resources, with impact. He's elevating you so you can elevate others. He's blessing you so you can be a blessing. That's what alignment does. It multiplies. So here you are, chosen one, standing at the crossroad of destiny. On one side is the old life of struggle, limitation, doubt. On the other side is millionaire life, abundance, prosperity. And God is saying, step into the new, step into alignment, step into your inheritance. This is your confirmation. This is your sign. This is your moment. You didn't click this video by accident. You were divinely aligned to hear this truth. God is giving you $1 million. You are about to be a millionaire, and nothing can stop what He has already begun. You've heard it your whole life, haven't you? That quiet whisper that there's more for you than what you see right now. Even when you were young, something in your spirit knew you were different, that you weren't made to simply drift through life without purpose. That whisper never left you, and it's been guiding you toward this moment. The world tried to drown it out. People tried to silence it. Circumstances tried to bury it, but you could never shake the sense that your destiny was greater than your reality. That whisper was God Himself, reminding you of who you are and what you were created for. And now that whisper is becoming clear, becoming undeniable, becoming a roar that says, "Chosen one, your time has come, your breakthrough is here, and your millionaire life is waiting." Think back to the struggles you've carried, the nights when the weight on your shoulders was too much, the days when you wondered if life would ever get easier, the times when you prayed but nothing seemed to change. Each one of those moments was a part of God's hidden plan. Not punishment, not abandonment, but preparation. Just like a seed buried in the ground must endure darkness before it breaks into the light, you too were planted, not buried. And now you're rising, breaking through the soil of struggle, reaching into the sunlight of abundance. And what waits for you on the other side of this rise? $1 million. Yes, chosen one, the whisper of destiny is confirming what you've always felt. God is making you a millionaire. When life felt heavy, when bills stacked up, when people turned their backs on you, it wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to shape you. Diamonds form under pressure. Gold is refined in fire, and your spirit has been strengthened in the same way. You were never meant to crumble. You were meant to carry. And now you're about to carry the blessing of $1 million. This money isn't just paper, it's a divine sign, a tangible expression of your breakthrough, a declaration to the world that God's chosen ones prosper. You're stepping into a reality where millionaire isn't just a dream, it's your identity. There were times when you questioned whether you'd make it through, times when you thought you were at your breaking point. But chosen one, the fact that you're still here proves something. You didn't break, you didn't give up, you didn't quit, you endured. And that endurance has brought you to this season of reward. God has seen every tear, heard every prayer, and recorded every moment of your struggle. And now He's turning your struggle into strength, your pain into prosperity, your survival into success. That success includes $1 million being released into your life, turning you into a millionaire as part of His unfolding plan. The whisper of destiny has always been there, nudging you, reminding you, calling you higher. When you were tempted to settle for less, that whisper said, "You were made for more." When you thought about giving up, that whisper said, "Keep going. Your breakthrough is coming." And now, finally, you're stepping into the fulfillment of that whisper. You're walking into the life God has always prepared for you, a life of abundance, freedom, and millionaire blessing. The whisper wasn't wishful thinking, it was prophecy, and prophecy is now becoming reality. Chosen one, I need you to understand this clearly. The struggles weren't meant to bury you, they were meant to root you. Just like a tree can only stand tall if its roots run deep, your destiny required deep roots. Every disappointment, every delay, every setback drove your roots deeper into faith, into resilience, into strength. And now, because of those roots, you're ready to bear fruit. That fruit is breakthrough, that fruit is abundance. That fruit is $1 million flowing into your life so you can step into millionaire territory. You may have thought God was silent when you cried out, but He was speaking through that whisper. Silence doesn't mean absence, it means strategy. While you thought nothing was happening, God was aligning details you couldn't see. He was writing chapters you didn't even know existed. He was weaving a story so precise that when it unfolds, you'll realize every delay was divine. Every no was protection. Every closed door was guidance. And all of it led here to this moment, to the unfolding of His plan, to the release of millionaire blessings. Do you see now why your story matters? Do you understand why your pain wasn't wasted? You carry scars, yes, but those scars are proof of survival. They are evidence that God's hand has been on you the entire time, and now those scars will shine as proof that nothing can stop a chosen one. You're not just another person chasing wealth. You are chosen to carry wealth with purpose. That's why God is releasing $1 million into your hands, because He knows you'll carry it differently. You'll carry it with wisdom. You'll carry it with humility. You'll carry it as a testimony. Think of Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, and locked in prison. Each stage of his suffering was shaping him, positioning him for his palace. The palace was always his destiny, but the pit and the prison were part of the preparation. That's your story too. You've been in pits of despair. You felt imprisoned by circumstances, by lack, by limitation. But those seasons were shaping you for your palace. And now the palace is opening its doors. The palace is your millionaire life. The palace is $1 million being released into your possession. That's not just wealth, that's your palace moment. Chosen one. You can't ignore the whisper anymore. It's grown too loud, too undeniable. It's not telling you someday, it's telling you now. This is your season. This is your time. This is your moment of breakthrough. God's hidden plan is being revealed, and it includes millionaire status. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening. That's why your spirit feels alive right now. Because you're not waiting for destiny. It's unfolding as you breathe. And I want you to imagine it again. $1 million in your hands. Your debt erased. Your future secured. Your family provided for. Your dreams funded. Your spirit free. It's not a fantasy, it's alignment. It's what God has already written for you. You're not begging for it. You're not chasing it. You're receiving it because it's already yours. The whisper has become reality. The seed has become fruit. The struggle has become breakthrough. You've always known you were different, chosen, set apart. Others may have laughed. Others may have doubted. But you knew. And now, God is confirming what you knew all along. You are chosen, you are called, and you are about to become a millionaire. $1 million is not just a number, it's a declaration. It's heaven's way of saying, this is my chosen one, and I will prosper them. So embrace it, believe it, declare it. Align yourself fully with this truth. You didn't stumble onto this message by chance. You were guided here by divine design. You've been hearing the whisper of destiny all your life, and now it's shouting the truth. God is giving you $1 million. You're stepping into millionaire life. This is your breakthrough and nothing can stop it. The promise has always been there, written into the fabric of your destiny. But now it's finally unfolding in a way you can see and touch. God's promise over your life is not small. It's not fragile. It's not uncertain. It is solid, unshakable, and it includes millionaire blessings that will shift your reality forever. You may have doubted it at times. You may have wondered if you were mistaken when you felt that nudge inside of you, but the truth is the promise was never in question. What God speaks must come to pass. And now, what He has spoken over your life is prosperity, abundance, and $1 million flowing into your hands. This is not wishful thinking. This is not fantasy. This is not luck. This is the fulfillment of the promise. $1 million is not just money. It is a symbol of breakthrough. It is a signpost marking the moment when everything changes. It represents elevation, moving from lack into overflow, from being overlooked into being celebrated, from struggle into success. When you receive this, it won't just be about the number. It will be about the shift it represents. The shift from living in survival mode to living in abundance. The shift from counting pennies to walking in confidence as a millionaire. This is the promise. God is not only meeting your needs, He is elevating you to a place of overflow. Think about how many times you held on to hope when there was no evidence to justify it. Think about the prayers you whispered in the middle of the night when no one else could hear you. Think about the moments when all you had left was faith. That faith was not wasted. That faith has pulled you into this promise. And the promise is this: you will not just survive, you will thrive. You will not just get by, you will prosper. You will not just dream of abundance, you will live in it. And the tangible proof of that promise is $1 million being released into your life. Chosen one, you've been faithful with little, and now God is trusting you with much. Luke 16:10 says, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." You've proven your faithfulness. You've proven your resilience. You've proven that even in the hardest times you wouldn't let go of your faith. That is why you are now positioned for the promise. God is saying, "You've been faithful in the wilderness. Now I will prosper you in the promised land." The promised land is not just a metaphor. It is real. It includes freedom. It includes peace. And it includes $1 million that will shift you into millionaire status. This is your inheritance as a child of God. You are not meant to scrape by, not meant to live in lack, not meant to constantly worry about how you'll make it. You are meant to walk in provision, to carry abundance, to live as a testimony of God's generosity. That's why this number, $1 million, keeps echoing in your spirit, because it is the marker of your inheritance, the proof that God's promise is alive and active in your life. When people see the shift in you, when they see the blessings pouring out, they won't be able to deny that you are chosen, that you are blessed, that the hand of God is on you. There were moments when you thought the promise had been forgotten, when years passed and you wondered if maybe you had imagined it. But God never forgot. He never abandoned the promise. He was preparing the path, preparing you, preparing the timing. Habakkuk 2:3 says, "Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." That is the season you're in now. The lingering is over, the waiting is ending. The promise is manifesting, and it's manifesting in abundance that will overflow into every area of your life. $1 million is the symbol of this overflow, but it's also the doorway. It's the beginning of a new season where blessings flow freely, where opportunities multiply, where miracles are your daily reality. This promise is not about money alone. It's about identity. You are stepping into the identity of a millionaire, the mindset of abundance, the lifestyle of overflow. It's about who you are becoming as much as it is about what you are receiving. Look back at the path behind you. Every disappointment, every closed door, every painful chapter. It was all part of leading you here. The promise was never canceled. It was only delayed until you were ready. And now you are ready. You've been refined, strengthened, sharpened. You've learned to trust when there was no evidence. You've learned to believe when everything around you said give up. And because of that, you are ready to carry the promise. Chosen one, I need you to hear this. You are worthy of this promise. The enemy tried to convince you otherwise. He tried to tell you that you didn't deserve it, that you weren't good enough, that you would never see the breakthrough. But those were lies. God has declared you chosen. God has declared you blessed. God has declared you worthy. And if He says you are worthy of millionaire blessings, then nothing can disqualify you. Nothing can block it. Nothing can stop it. $1 million is already moving in your direction because God Himself decreed it. And when it arrives, it will arrive in such a way that no one will be able to take credit except God. It won't be explained by logic or luck. It will be supernatural. The timing will be perfect. The alignment will be undeniable. The only explanation will be that God's promise is true, and He has chosen to manifest it through you. That's why this $1 million is more than money. It's a testimony. It's proof. It's evidence that the promises of God are yes and amen. Imagine the freedom of walking into this season. Imagine being able to bless your family, to erase debts, to fund dreams, to give generously, to live without the constant pressure of lack. That's not a fantasy, that's the reality of the promise. And God is saying, it's time. He is saying, this is your season. He is saying, the promise is unfolding now. So hold your head high, chosen one. Walk with confidence, speak with faith. Live as if the promise is already here because it is. You are not waiting for it. It's waiting for you to claim it. Speak it out loud. God has promised me abundance. God is giving me $1 million. I am stepping into millionaire life. I am chosen. Speak it until your spirit believes it. Speak it until your environment reflects it. Speak it until the promise is undeniable. This is the millionaire promise. This is the declaration over your life. This is the reality you are stepping into. And nothing can stop it, nothing can delay it, nothing can diminish it. God's word does not return void, and His word over your life is prosperity. You are chosen. You are called. You are blessed. And you are stepping into the millionaire promise right now. You know what survival feels like because you've lived it. You know what it's like to stretch every dollar, to wonder how the bills will get paid, to pray for just enough strength to make it through another day. Survival has been your reality, but survival was never your destiny. God allowed you to walk through those seasons so you could learn faith, so you could discover resilience, so you could understand dependence on Him. But now, chosen one, the season of survival is closing. You're stepping into overflow, into a life that doesn't just meet your needs but exceeds them. This is the shift that will take you from wondering if you'll have enough to knowing that God has given you more than enough. And $1 million is the proof of that shift, the marker that you've moved from survival into millionaire territory. Survival is heavy. It drains you. It limits your vision. It keeps you small. In survival mode, you're focused on the next bill, the next deadline, the next crisis. But overflow is freedom. Overflow allows you to breathe, to dream, to expand, to give. In overflow, you're not worrying about whether you'll make it. You're focused on what you'll create, who you'll bless, how you'll impact the world. That's the life God is calling you into. That's why He's releasing $1 million into your life. Not to just move you out of lack, but to plant you firmly in overflow. Think about the times when you had nothing but still found a way to keep going. Think about the times when people doubted you, when you felt invisible, when you thought maybe your dreams were too big. Even then, you survived. You kept walking, you kept believing, and because you survived, you're now ready to thrive. Survival built strength in you, but overflow will build legacy through you. $1 million isn't just about you having more. It's about you stepping into your true role as a chosen one, a light, a leader, a blessing. You've carried the weight of survival long enough. And let's be honest, it wasn't easy. There were days you woke up tired before the day even began. There were nights you cried yourself to sleep, wondering if anyone understood what you were going through. But God understood. He saw every tear, every sacrifice, every silent battle. And He wasn't ignoring you, He was shaping you. He was molding you into someone who could handle overflow with wisdom. Someone who wouldn't waste blessings. Someone who would honor Him with the abundance He provides. Now, the molding season is ending, and the manifestation season is beginning. Survival was the classroom, but overflow is the graduation. And graduation comes with reward. That reward is millionaire life, with $1 million as the first deposit into your destiny. This isn't just a number. This is evidence that your days of scraping by are over. You're not just surviving anymore. You're stepping into divine prosperity. Overflow is God's nature. Look at creation. The oceans don't hold back their waves. The stars don't ration their light. The earth doesn't restrict its beauty. God creates in abundance, in overflow. That same nature is in you, chosen one. You weren't designed to live in lack. You were designed to reflect overflow. That's why struggle never felt like home. That's why survival never satisfied you. Deep down, your spirit always knew you were called to abundance. And now, that call is becoming your reality. Overflow doesn't just bless you. It blesses everyone connected to you. When you're in survival, you can only think about yourself. But when you're in overflow, you can pour into others. You can bless family, support causes, uplift strangers, transform lives. And that's why God is giving you $1 million. Not so you can hoard it, but so you can release it, multiply it, spread it. You're stepping into a season where your overflow becomes someone else's survival story turned into hope. Remember when the Israelites wandered in the wilderness, surviving on manna just enough for each day. That was survival. But when they entered the promised land, they stepped into overflow. A land flowing with milk and honey, a land of abundance, a land where they could plant, harvest, and thrive. You've had your wilderness season. You've known what it feels like to scrape by with just enough. But now you're stepping into your promised land. And your promised land includes $1 million, a millionaire life that reflects God's abundance and goodness. Overflow also changes your mindset. Survival taught you to ration, to worry, to play small. But overflow teaches you to dream again, to think big, to believe that nothing is impossible. Survival said, I hope I make it. Overflow says, I know I will thrive. Survival makes you cautious. Overflow makes you courageous. And right now, God is rewiring your mind for overflow, reshaping your spirit to receive, reprogramming your heart to believe that millionaire life is not just possible, it's guaranteed by His promise. Chosen one, let go of the survival mentality. Release the fear that there won't be enough. Stop replaying the past seasons of lack in your mind. That was yesterday. Today is different. Today, you're aligned with overflow. Today, you're aligned with millionaire blessings. Today, you're aligned with $1 million being deposited into your life. Declare it. I am not a survivor. I am walking in overflow. I am chosen for abundance. God is giving me $1 million, and I receive it now. Overflow doesn't wait until everything looks perfect. Overflow doesn't wait until you think you're ready. Overflow comes when God decides the time is right, and the time is now. You are in the season of release. The doors are opening, the opportunities are appearing, the resources are aligning. You may not even see all of it yet, but it's happening. $1 million is already moving toward you. Your name is being mentioned in the right places. Your face is being remembered in the right rooms. Divine alignment is pulling overflow straight into your life. And when it arrives, chosen one, it will shift everything. It will feel like suddenly, but you'll realize it wasn't sudden at all. It was the culmination of every step, every trial, every moment of survival that brought you here. God was never late. He was right on time, and His timing is perfect. He's saying, you've survived long enough. Now I will prosper you. Now I will overflow your cup. Now I will place $1 million in your hands because you are ready. So breathe it in. Let the fear go. Let the stress go. Let the survival mindset go. You're stepping into abundance. You're stepping into millionaire status. You're stepping into overflow. This is your inheritance. This is your promise. This is your reality, and nothing can stop it. God has spoken it. God has ordained it. God has aligned it. $1 million is yours, chosen one, and your days of survival are over. You've been hearing it over and over. God is giving you $1 million, but I need you to understand something deeper. This blessing isn't just about luxury, it's about legacy. Yes, God delights in seeing you enjoy life, in seeing you live free from stress, in seeing you experience abundance. But this isn't only about nicer cars, bigger houses, or overflowing bank accounts. Those are small expressions of the blessing, but the real purpose is larger. The real purpose is legacy. God is entrusting you with $1 million because He knows you'll use it to build something that outlives you, something that impacts lives beyond your own, something that shifts entire generations. Luxury fades, but legacy remains. Luxury satisfies the moment, but legacy transforms the future. And you, chosen one, were not set apart just to indulge in fleeting comfort. You were chosen to establish a legacy. You were chosen to take the overflow and turn it into impact, to take the blessing and turn it into change, to take the $1 million and make it a seed for generations to come. This is why you've been entrusted. This is why the promise is manifesting in you, because God knows you won't waste it, you'll multiply it. Think about your family, your lineage, your bloodline. Maybe struggle has run through it for years. Maybe lack has been a common story. Maybe survival was all they knew. But that story ends with you. You are the turning point. You are the chosen one who breaks the cycle. You are the one who takes what was survival and transforms it into overflow. You are the one who uses $1 million not just to live well, but to rewrite history. Future generations will look back and say, "It was because of them that we stand in abundance today." That is legacy. God blesses you not just for you, but for those connected to you. He's making you a millionaire so you can become a pillar of stability, a foundation of strength, and a source of inspiration. When others see your life shift, they will see the proof that faith works, that obedience matters, that God's promises are true. Your testimony will outlive you. That's what $1 million is about. It's about planting seeds of faith, seeds of hope, seeds of prosperity that others will harvest long after you're gone. Luxury may bring you comfort, but legacy brings you fulfillment. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the blessings God gives, but the deeper joy comes from knowing you've used those blessings to lift others higher. Imagine building schools, funding missions, supporting families, creating opportunities for people who never thought they'd have a chance. Imagine leaving behind businesses, foundations, and resources that carry your name, but more importantly, carry God's glory. That's what $1 million can do in the hands of someone chosen. That's why God has picked you, because He knows you see beyond yourself. You've already proven this in small ways. Remember when you gave, even when you didn't have much. Remember when you helped others, even while you were still struggling. Those moments revealed your heart. And God took note. He saw that you weren't selfish, that you weren't blind to others' needs, that you carried compassion even in your own pain. And now He's saying, if you could be faithful with little, you will be faithful with much. That's why $1 million is being entrusted to you, because legacy is built on a heart like yours. Chosen one, you must understand. Legacy requires vision. Luxury looks at today, but legacy looks at tomorrow. Luxury asks, what can I enjoy? Legacy asks, what can I build? Luxury asks, what can I keep? Legacy asks, what can I leave behind? That shift in perspective is what sets you apart. That's why you were chosen. That's why millionaire blessings are coming to you. Because you see beyond the temporary. You see the eternal. You see the bigger picture. Legacy also requires courage. It means making choices others won't understand. It means investing in things that don't pay off right away, but grow into something powerful over time. It means living not just for applause, but for impact. And God has been shaping you for that courage all along. Every trial you've faced has made you bolder, wiser, stronger. That strength is what will carry your legacy. And that strength is why God is pouring out $1 million into your life, because you're not afraid to build something bigger than yourself. Picture yourself years from now, looking back. Imagine seeing how far you've come. Imagine watching your children, your grandchildren, maybe even strangers whose lives you've touched, walking in freedom because of choices you made today. Imagine hearing their voices say, because they obeyed, because they built, because they believed, our lives are different. That's what legacy feels like. That's what $1 million can create when placed in the hands of the chosen. It's more than a blessing, it's a blueprint. The Bible says in Proverbs 13:22, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. That's not just about money, it's about wisdom, about impact, about building something lasting. And that's exactly what you're about to do. You're stepping into a season where your millionaire status won't just bless you. It will bless everyone connected to you. You'll leave behind an inheritance that's more than wealth. It's proof that God is faithful, that God provides, that God prospers His chosen ones. And here's the truth. Legacy outshines luxury every time. People may admire your lifestyle for a moment, but they'll remember your impact for eternity. They'll remember the lives you changed, the hope you carried, the love you spread. That's what God is after. That's why He's blessing you with $1 million, because He knows your heart is ready to build something that lasts. Chosen one, start seeing yourself as a builder. Start seeing yourself as a planter of seeds. Start seeing yourself as a pioneer for your bloodline. You're not just becoming a millionaire, you're becoming a foundation. You're becoming a bridge. You're becoming a legacy that others will stand on. That's the true meaning of this blessing. That's why it's so powerful. $1 million in your life is not an end. It's a beginning of businesses, projects, movements, and ministries that will echo long after you're gone. A beginning of freedom for your family, of opportunities for your community, of inspiration for anyone who watches your journey. Luxury will fade, but legacy will endure, and you are chosen to carry legacy. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. He knew if he could keep you in survival, you'd never build legacy. He knew if he could convince you you weren't worthy, you'd never claim the promise. But he lost. You endured. You believed. You stayed faithful. And now you're stepping into the very thing he tried to keep from you. $1 million is coming. Millionaire status is here. And with it comes the power to create a legacy that will silence every lie ever spoken over you. So walk boldly, chosen one. Walk with vision. Walk with purpose. Live not just for today, but for tomorrow. Live not just for yourself, but for everyone connected to you. Because God is saying, this $1 million is for more than your comfort. It's for your calling. It's for your legacy. And nothing can stop a legacy that God Himself has ordained. Faith has always been the real currency of heaven. Money may move things on earth, but faith moves the hand of God. And chosen one, that's exactly why you're here. You've already been using faith as your currency, often when it was the only thing you had left. You couldn't buy your way out of struggle. You couldn't bargain your way into opportunities. All you had was your belief that God wasn't finished with you, that somehow, some way, breakthrough was coming, and that faith has not gone unnoticed. That faith has been stacking up like deposits in the unseen realm. Now the time has come for the payout, and it's showing up as $1 million released into your life. Think about the times when faith was all you had, the moments you whispered prayers with no idea how they'd be answered, the times you stood up after being knocked down, not because you saw a reason, but because something inside you refused to quit. Those weren't small moments. Those were transactions in heaven. Each time you chose faith over fear, you were making a deposit. Each time you kept walking when you couldn't see the path, you were building credit in the spirit. And now the withdrawal is coming. The account is overflowing. The blessing is ready. The return on your faith is millionaire status, with $1 million as the first proof of what your belief has birthed. Faith has always been costly, hasn't it? People didn't always understand why you believed. Some mocked you, some doubted you, some told you to give up and settle for less. But you didn't. You kept believing even when you were laughed at. You kept believing even when nothing changed for years. You kept believing even when your own mind tried to talk you out of it. The persistence was priceless. It showed God that you weren't after quick fixes. You were after His promise. And now that persistence is paying off in ways bigger than you imagined. $1 million is not just money. It's heaven's stamp of approval on your faith. You see, chosen one, faith isn't blind. It's vision. Faith sees what the natural eye can't. When you declared abundance while staring at an empty bank account, that wasn't foolish. That was faith seeing further. When you said, "I'm blessed," while everything around you screamed otherwise, that wasn't delusion. That was vision. Faith is the evidence of things not seen, the substance of things hoped for. And now the unseen is becoming seen. Now the substance is manifesting. Now what your faith has held on to is materializing as $1 million, confirming that your faith was never wasted. Think of Abraham, called to believe he'd be the father of nations when he didn't even have one child. Think of Noah, building an ark when rain had never fallen. Think of David, facing Goliath with just a sling and stones. Faith was their currency, and it produced outcomes that changed history. You're in that same lineage of faith. You've carried belief through ridicule, through hardship, through silence, and now your story is about to echo with the same impact. Your act of faith is about to result in a breakthrough so undeniable that people will point and say, "Only God could have done that." $1 million is not showing up in your life because of luck, it's showing up because of faith. You traded fear for faith, worry for worship, doubt for declaration. You stood firm when everything around you tried to shake you. And faith always gets rewarded. Faith is the only currency that never loses value, the only investment that always multiplies. And your investment has reached maturity. The payout is here. The blessing is now. The millionaire life is yours. But faith is more than what brought you here. It's also what will carry you forward. Because stepping into millionaire status doesn't mean the journey ends. It means new doors open. It means new responsibilities arrive. It means new challenges will test your spirit. And just as faith carried you through struggle, it will carry you through abundance. Faith will teach you to steward the $1 million with wisdom. Faith will guide you into multiplying it instead of wasting it. Faith will remind you that the source of your wealth isn't your effort, but God's provision. That's why you must keep declaring it. Words are not empty, they're seeds. Every time you say, "God is giving me $1 million, you are planting a seed in the soil of faith. Every time you say, "I am a millionaire," you are watering that seed. Every time you say, "I am chosen," you are bringing sunlight to that seed. And soon the harvest appears. Faith turns invisible truth into visible reality, and your visible reality is shifting right now. Some of you feel it even now. That stirring in your chest, that warmth in your spirit, that isn't coincidence. That's confirmation. That's God's way of saying, "Yes, this word is for you. Yes, this promise belongs to you. Yes, $1 million is being released into your life." Don't let doubt steal it. Don't let fear choke it. Hold on to faith like it's your lifeline, because it is. Faith also separates you from the world. The world tells you to hustle, to grind, to chase opportunities as if everything depends on you. But faith tells you to rest in God's plan, to move when He says move, to trust that the blessing is already yours. Faith doesn't strive, it receives. Faith doesn't beg, it declares. Faith doesn't panic, it trusts. And right now, faith is positioning you for millionaire blessings that will flow without struggle. $1 million is not something you'll have to claw and scrape for. It's something that faith is pulling into your life with ease. Chosen one, start seeing your faith as wealth. Every prayer, every declaration, every act of belief has been building wealth in the spirit. And now that wealth is cashing out in the physical. You're not stepping into millionaire life because you're lucky or because you earned it by yourself. You're stepping in because faith made you rich long before the money arrived. Faith has always been your true wealth, and now it's manifesting in a form the world can recognize. And once you see this clearly, everything changes. You stop worrying about what you don't have, because you know faith can produce it. You stop stressing about closed doors, because you know faith can open new ones. You stop doubting your worth, because you know faith already declared you chosen. And when faith is your foundation, nothing can shake you. Not struggle, not fear, not even abundance itself. Because your faith keeps you grounded, keeps you focused, keeps you aligned with God's plan. So declare it boldly. Faith is my currency. My account is full. God has already released $1 million into my life. I am a millionaire by faith, and the evidence is manifesting now. Say it until it becomes your reality. Say it until it feels as natural as breathing. Say it until the unseen becomes seen. Because chosen one, that's how faith works. It makes the impossible inevitable. This is your season. This is your payout. This is your moment of proof. Faith has carried you here, and faith will carry you forward. You are chosen, you are blessed, you are walking into millionaire life, and $1 million is the first fruit of the faith you've sown, and the harvest is only just beginning. There's something happening in your life right now that feels different, faster, stronger. For a long time it felt like everything was moving in slow motion, as if the answers to your prayers were always delayed, as if the breakthrough was just out of reach. But look around you, chosen one. Things are shifting. The pieces are coming together more quickly than you imagined. Doors are swinging open that once stayed locked. Opportunities are aligning in ways you never thought possible. That's because you've entered the acceleration season. This is the time when God speeds up what once felt stuck, when He makes up for lost time, when He multiplies results so quickly it feels like overnight success. But it's not overnight, it's divine acceleration. And at the center of this acceleration is the blessing of $1 million being released into your life. Think back on how long you waited, how patient you had to be. Years of sowing, years of struggling, years of wondering when it would finally happen. You endured those seasons faithfully. But now God is saying, the wait is over. What once took years will now take months. What once took months will now take days. What once seemed impossible will now happen suddenly. That's what acceleration feels like. Suddenly, the slow pace breaks. Suddenly, the opportunities come faster. Suddenly, the blessings flow in waves. And in this wave is your millionaire breakthrough. The acceleration has brought you to a place where $1 million is no longer a distant dream, but an immediate reality. Acceleration is God's way of reminding you that He controls time. While the world runs on clocks and calendars, God moves on divine timing. And when His timing says it's your season, everything changes. You may have thought you were behind. You may have thought you missed your chance. But in acceleration, God redeems time. He makes sure you don't just catch up, you get ahead. All the years of struggle, all the delays, all the setbacks, they are being redeemed right now. What you thought was wasted time is turning into multiplied blessing, and $1 million is part of that redemption. Imagine how it feels when a river that was once blocked suddenly bursts through the dam. The water rushes forward, unstoppable, powerful, overwhelming. That's what acceleration feels like. Blessings that were held back are rushing toward you. Opportunities that were delayed are pouring out. Resources that were blocked are being released. You are standing in the path of a flood of abundance, and $1 million is flowing directly to you in this surge. It may feel sudden, but it's been building all along. The pressure, the waiting, the struggle. It was all preparing for this release. Chosen one, you've entered a season where miracles won't take years to manifest. They'll unfold quickly, right before your eyes. You'll pray and see answers come faster. You'll declare and see results sooner. You'll step in faith and watch doors open immediately. That's acceleration. And it's not just about convenience, it's about alignment. God is aligning your destiny with His perfect timing. And because you've remained faithful, He's accelerating your reward. That reward includes the financial overflow of $1 million, marking your transition into millionaire life. The acceleration season is also about visibility. For years, much of your growth was hidden. You were being prepared in private, refined in silence, strengthened in obscurity. But now, God is bringing you into the open. What was hidden will now be seen. What was quiet will now be heard. What was ignored will now be celebrated. You will no longer be overlooked because the acceleration season makes your light impossible to ignore. People will notice the change. They'll see the evidence. And when they see the $1 million in your life, they won't be able to deny that God's hand is on you. Don't be surprised when things happen quickly, when opportunities show up that you didn't even pursue, when connections appear that you couldn't have arranged yourself. That's how acceleration works. It's not about striving. It's about receiving. It's about stepping into flow, into rhythm, into grace that carries you further, faster than you could ever go on your own. And that grace is carrying you right now into millionaire blessings. You may feel a bit of disbelief as things speed up. After so many years of waiting, it can almost feel overwhelming when blessings come one after another. But don't resist it, don't question it. This is God's way of making up for the years of struggle. This is His way of proving that nothing was wasted. Every tear you cried, every prayer you whispered, every battle you fought, it's all being repaid with interest. $1 million is not just compensation, it's acceleration. It's the sign that you've moved into a season where blessings don't trickle, they overflow. Acceleration also requires readiness. When God moves quickly, you must be prepared to move with Him. That means keeping your heart aligned, your spirit sharp, your faith strong. Opportunities will come fast, and you must be ready to recognize them. Resources will flow, and you must be ready to steward them. The pace will increase, and you must be ready to keep walking in faith. But you've been trained for this. Every slow season was training for this fast one. Every delay was building the patience you'll now need to carry acceleration with grace. Chosen one. Acceleration doesn't mean chaos, it means clarity. It means the fog lifts, the pieces connect, the doors open in sequence. It may look fast, but it's perfectly ordered. You'll see how things fall into place as if they were designed to happen exactly this way. And they were. You'll see how one opportunity leads to another, how one blessing triggers the next, how one door opens into a hallway of doors. And in that hallway lies your millionaire blessing. Do you feel it already? The quickening in your spirit, the sense that things are moving faster? That's not your imagination. That's confirmation. You're not stuck anymore. You're not waiting endlessly anymore. You're in the acceleration season, and $1 million is already in motion, already aligning, already flowing toward you faster than you can imagine. When acceleration comes, it also silences doubt. People who said you'd never make it will have to watch you rise. Those who overlooked you will have to acknowledge you. Those who mocked your faith will have to see the fruit of it. They'll see you walking in millionaire status, and they'll have no explanation except God. That's what acceleration does. It makes the evidence undeniable. So lean in, chosen one. Don't resist the speed. Don't cling to the old pace. You've entered a new rhythm, a divine rhythm, and this rhythm is carrying you into blessings beyond what you've imagined. Walk with confidence. Speak with authority. Receive with gratitude. Because this acceleration season is not a temporary rush. It's the new normal. Abundance will be your new baseline. Overflow will be your daily experience. Millionaire life will be your identity. And it all begins with this undeniable truth. God is giving you $1 million. It's the marker of your acceleration. It's the proof of your breakthrough. It's the announcement that you've left waiting behind and stepped into fulfillment. The slow season is over. The acceleration season is here, and you are ready. Prosperity is not just about what you receive. It's about who you become in the process of receiving. That's why God took time to prepare you, chosen one. Prosperity without preparation can crush a person, but prosperity with preparation builds them into a pillar, steady and strong, able to carry more than they imagined. You've been prepared for this. Every hardship, every challenge, every season where you had no choice but to rely on faith has been part of your preparation. And now that you are stepping into your millionaire blessing, into the release of $1 million, you can walk with confidence, knowing you are ready for what's coming. There were seasons when you asked, why me? Why is it so hard? Why does it feel like everyone else is advancing while I'm stuck? The answer was simple. You were being prepared for more. Preparation often feels like delay, but it's actually acceleration in disguise. God slowed you down in some areas to strengthen you in others. He held back certain opportunities to refine your character. He kept you in hidden places to develop your roots, because when prosperity arrived, He didn't want it to destroy you. He wanted it to establish you. $1 million in unprepared hands can vanish, but in prepared hands it multiplies, creates legacy, and builds something eternal. Think about the lessons you've already learned. You know how to survive with little, which means you'll appreciate much. You know what it feels like to be overlooked, which means you'll value others when you're elevated. You know how to manage pain, which means you'll carry prosperity with humility. These lessons were never wasted. They've been woven into your spirit so that when the millionaire blessing arrives, you won't just hold it, you'll grow it. You won't just spend it, you'll invest it. You won't just celebrate it, you'll share it. That's preparation. Chosen one, prosperity requires a mindset shift. You cannot step into millionaire life with a survival mentality. That's why God has been reprogramming your thoughts, stretching your vision, challenging your limits. He's been teaching you that abundance is your birthright, not something to feel guilty about. He's been training you to see wealth as a tool, not an idol. He's been shifting your perspective so that when $1 million shows up, you won't shrink back in fear or sabotage it with doubt. You'll step into it boldly, with clarity, with purpose. Preparation also came through pruning. There were relationships that ended, not because you did something wrong, but because they couldn't go where you're going. There were doors that closed, not because you failed, but because God wanted to protect you from distractions that would have pulled you off course. It hurt at the time. You felt loss, you felt rejection, you felt like maybe you were forgotten. But those were pruning moments. God was removing what could not handle your prosperity. He was making space for the right people, the right opportunities, the right blessings to align with your millionaire future. And now that space is ready. The soil is fertile. The foundation is solid. You are prepared. $1 million will not overwhelm you. It will empower you. You've been strengthened for this. You've been tested for this. You've been refined for this. And now prosperity can flow freely because you are capable of carrying it with grace. Think of Joseph again. He was prepared in the pit, prepared in slavery, prepared in prison. Each stage built wisdom, endurance, strategy. By the time he entered the palace, he wasn't just a dreamer, he was a leader. He wasn't just a survivor, he was a steward. That's your story. You're not just stepping into prosperity unprepared. You've been molded for it. You've been sharpened for it. You've been made into someone who can handle overflow without losing focus. That's why God can trust you with millionaire blessings. That's why $1 million is being placed into your life. It's not a test. It's a reward for passing the tests that came before. Chosen one. Prosperity also demands discipline. God has been teaching you discipline in hidden ways. Discipline to pray when you didn't feel like it. Discipline to keep going when you wanted to give up. Discipline to stay humble when pride could have taken over. Those disciplines will now guide you in abundance. Prosperity doesn't remove discipline, it requires more of it. But you're ready. You've learned how to resist shortcuts, how to trust timing, how to walk by faith instead of sight. That training will keep you steady when millionaire life becomes your reality. You've also been prepared in vision. Prosperity without vision is wasted, but God has been planting visions in your heart for years. Dreams of helping others, building something meaningful, creating impact. You thought those were just random ideas, but they were seeds. And now, with $1 million, those seeds will be watered. Those visions will take shape. Those dreams will come alive. You're not stepping into prosperity empty-handed. You're stepping in with plans, with ideas, with a calling that prosperity will now fund. And perhaps the most important preparation has been humility. You've been through seasons that humbled you, seasons that stripped away pride, seasons that reminded you how much you depend on God. That humility will anchor you in prosperity. When the world sees your millionaire blessing, when they see the $1 million in your life, they'll see your humility too. They'll see you giving God the glory, lifting others up, staying grounded even as you rise higher. That humility is what makes you trustworthy with prosperity. Chosen one. Preparation was never punishment, it was protection. God wasn't withholding prosperity from you. He was preparing prosperity for you. And now both you and the blessing are ready to meet. This is your alignment. This is your time. This is your season of prosperity. $1 million is not coming to crush you. It's coming to crown you. It's coming to affirm what God has been saying all along. You are chosen. You are ready. You are prepared. So stand tall, walk confidently, declare it boldly. I am prepared for prosperity. I am ready to carry $1 million with wisdom and purpose. I am chosen for abundance, and I will steward it well. Speak it until your spirit knows it's true, because it is. Every test was training. Every trial was preparation. And now the promise is unfolding. You are not just stepping into prosperity, you are prepared for it, and nothing can take that away. You've heard the whispers, you've endured the trials, you've stood on the promises, and now you are stepping into the season where you live the prophecy. This isn't something distant anymore, chosen one. This is your now. The words that once sounded like future promises are unfolding in real time. The blessings that once felt far away are becoming tangible. The millionaire life you've been declaring is no longer just spoken, it's being lived. This is the moment where prophecy turns into reality, where what was hidden is revealed, where $1 million becomes not just a declaration but a deposit. You are living the prophecy. All along, God has been speaking over you. Through scripture, through whispers in your spirit, through confirmations that seem to come out of nowhere. Maybe you ignored it at first. Maybe you doubted it. Maybe you thought it couldn't be for you. But prophecy doesn't depend on your doubt or your delay. It depends on God's design. And His design has always been for you to prosper, for you to thrive, for you to shine as a chosen one. That's why you're here now. That's why this message resonates so deeply, because prophecy is being fulfilled in your life right now. Living the prophecy means you stop waiting and start walking. It means you stop asking when and start saying now. It means you shift from expecting blessings to experiencing them. The time of hoping is turning into the time of holding. You're about to hold evidence in your hands. You're about to see numbers in your account. You're about to step into opportunities so big you'll know they didn't come from you. That's what $1 million represents. It's prophecy becoming visible. It's God saying, "See, I told you I would prosper you. I told you I would bless you. I told you I would elevate you. Now here it is." Living the prophecy also means you embody it. You carry yourself differently. You walk with authority. You speak with confidence, not arrogance, but assurance. Assurance that you are chosen. Assurance that you are blessed. Assurance that God's hand is on your life. You no longer shrink back. You no longer apologize for your abundance. You no longer doubt whether you deserve it. You live boldly because you know this prophecy was written over you before you were even born. Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." That's your reality. You were set apart for this, prepared for this, called for this, and now you are living in it. There will be moments when you almost can't believe it. When you wake up and realize you're no longer in survival mode. When you look at your life and see abundance where there once was lack. When you open your hands and realize God has truly placed $1 million into them. In those moments, you'll feel awe, gratitude, humility. You'll realize that none of it was by accident. None of it was coincidence. It was prophecy unfolding. And you'll live every day knowing you are walking proof of God's promises. Chosen one, this prophecy was never just about you. It was always bigger. You are a living testimony. Your life is a message. People will see you and realize what's possible when faith meets obedience. They'll see you living the prophecy, walking in millionaire blessings, and they'll be inspired to trust God with their own lives. You'll become evidence that chosen ones prosper, that divine alignment is real, that faith produces fruit. That's why this blessing matters so much, because it's not just for you, it's for everyone who will be touched by your story. Living the prophecy also requires stewardship. This $1 million is not just for comfort, it's for calling. It's for building, for blessing, for multiplying. God didn't just want you to live prophecy privately. He wants you to manifest it publicly. He wants the world to see what happens when His chosen ones rise. That means how you live, how you give, how you create, how you love. It all becomes part of the prophecy. You are the fulfillment, but you are also the vessel through which prophecy continues to flow. And you'll notice something as you live in it: peace. The stress that once consumed you will fade. The constant anxiety about survival will lift. You'll walk in peace because you know God's hand is guiding you. You'll wake up with joy because you see the evidence of His goodness every day. You'll go to sleep with gratitude because you know your life is not ordinary, it's prophetic. And in that peace, you'll flourish. You'll dream bigger. You'll create more. You'll bless others freely. Because living the prophecy isn't about striving. It's about resting in the truth that it's already done. Chosen one, you've carried prophecy in your spirit for years. You've replayed the whispers in your mind, wondering if you heard right. You've clung to verses, clung to promises, clung to hope when everything around you looked hopeless. That was faith keeping you aligned with prophecy. And now you don't just carry it, you embody it. You're stepping into millionaire status not as a dreamer, but as a doer. Not as someone waiting, but as someone walking. $1 million is not just something you talk about, it's something you live. The enemy fought you hard because he feared this moment. He feared what would happen when you started living the prophecy. He feared how many lives you'd touch, how much light you'd spread, how much hope you'd ignite. That's why the battles were so intense, the delays so long, the pain so deep. But the enemy failed. You endured, you believed, you kept going. And now you're living the very thing he tried to stop. You're holding the very blessing he tried to block. You're walking in the very prophecy he tried to silence. $1 million is in your hands and nothing can take it away. Living the prophecy also means expansion. Once you step into millionaire life, you'll see that it doesn't stop there. God is the God of more than enough. This $1 million is the beginning, the seed, the proof. But it's not the limit. You're stepping into a flow of a